Alright. It looks like I'm alive. I don't know how long I'm actually going to stay on microphone because, let's face it, me talking doesn't really benefit. Nah. But let's get started. Do do do. I'm doing everything possible to ignore the adult world, and so in order to do that, I'm playing Fortnite. Because why not? Alright. Distraction free. Time for mayhem. Well, I was going to say murder, but typically I actually don't do very good when I'm first starting out. It's quite disturbing. But let's go. Where do they come up with these names? Swiftshard. Quickly! We must go to the Swiftshard! How many if you have to shart? I guess you don't actually shart, it just happens? In my defense, shard is not a word that you typically use. Ever. Like, what regular conversations do you actually have where it's, let's go to the Shard? Shire is more often you're going to say, let's go to the Shire, than you are ever going to say Shard. Okay. I actually hate landing over here because, like, every single time there is somebody and they either come through and take it. So I'm actually seeing 2 chests down there, which is nice. There's 1 gun. What is that? Is that hands? It's blue. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get it. Oh, I don't like grappler. Here's the first chest. All right, the rule of this game is going to be, I'm going to find the gun I hate the most, which is the shotgun. Because the only way that you can play with the shotgun is close combat. And in Fortnite, close combat gives away all of your competitive advantage. Like, none whatsoever. But I don't have a shotgun yet. I got a fishing rod. Oh, there we go. Here's the shotty. Double shotties. Alright. Epic or better, collect ammo. Okay. So I'm going to do my first murder with a shotty. Here we go. Let's find somebody who's my victim. Where, oh, where are you? I'm coming. I actually really do like this fort, by the way. Like, I kind of want to go Minecraft mode and build a fort like this, because I feel like this fort is at my build quality, and I could totally do it. Uh-oh. Okay, Rivalry started coming by. He's over this way. Hey, the bus is here? What is this? Where are you? Oh, we're coming from that way. I actually don't know what this van is. I've never seen it. Ooh. Uh-oh, I lost my shotty. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Murder, she wrote. Ah! This person probably thinks I don't know what I'm doing. But guess what? I'm better than you. All right. This is a cool van. Look at those pecs. Oh, he's got the pecs and he's got like the monster side abs. Okay. And someone needs to tell me why Fortnite has been glitching so much on their server side. It's really annoying. So hopefully they fixed it. However, I did still see that glitch where after you complete a rivalry, yeah, whatever. It just wants to hang and not do anything. But hey. All right. I'm coming. I don't know what I'm coming for, what I'm doing. Ooh, I'll take that. So apparently, according to the... Ooh, hey. Let's go all in. I'm going to do 0 long-range weapons. This is pretty much a guaranteed for me to get murdered, killed, destroyed. I actually do like this. I don't know if it's considered... So it's a super shredder. I don't think it's considered a shotgun, but it has a pointy end. It's like a deer shot. No. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, I was gonna go this way. Can I hire that person? Don't mind me. Oh, see, that's a weapon right there. That's a real weapon. Where you at? I'm just chilling in the storm. Ooh, hey. Recharge. All right, where's this dude? There's supposed to be someone down here, and I'm killing myself for this person. But where are they? Are they locked in here? Oh, that doesn't go anywhere. I saw the icon. Where is it? This is going to be a really pathetic way to kill myself. Just walking around trying to find the person. Oh, I'll take that. Ah, there you are. Oh, ow, that hurt. All right. I see him. Half point. There you are. I want to hire you. Ah, no. Why do I have to introduce myself? All that for nothing. Apparently, I did something on the collection. Ooh, hello. I just fell off an edge. Almost did. Save myself. Uh-oh. It's moving. Ooh, can I hire you? I'll take it. $19, $18. Come on. I'm about to cross over. Here we go. Right now. Okay. Yes. I almost had a bad day. I don't know why, because that's Fortnite. You get killed like all the time. But hey. There's my fire pit. Okay, so this is a serious design flaw. Okay. Oh. Apparently you can't stand in the fire. You learned something. Very interesting. Feel really exposed out here. Man, stepping in the fire took like 50 points away. All right, I'm on the hunt. Gonna make it? I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think so. I'm gonna go straight forward. I have no fuel up the hill. Come on, just let me come. Really? Like, I just downhill. That's all. Like, see right there. And it slowly would have got momentum. Landed. I don't know why I just went over here for. I'm a car. Give me gas. Jonco Diaz, 98. So this person is way younger than I. Alright, Jonco Tezos. I'm coming. Batman. Where are they shooting? Oh, I'm gonna see them in a second. Don't let someone else get him. He's my rival. He's going down. Someone's healing. Who's healing? I see you. Oh, hey, guess what? Oh, you flew away. I hate when people do that. Okay, you deserve what's going to come to you, but I'm going to still keep the shotgun because you fly away. It just makes me want to shoot you more. Aw, that's no fun. Oh, see, now it's glitching. Wah, wah, wah. You know, it's getting shot by someone who's like, oh, cute and adorable, so sweet. I don't like you. I do this. Ah! Okay, in my defense, it's really dark right now. It's way bushed up on gamma, which is why the camera's looking all weird. I just don't care about replacing this camera with a camera that's actually meant to do low light, so you get to deal with it. So, there you go. So I'm gonna look all, woo. I'm fine with it. Alright, so again, the moral of this story is shotguns get you killed. No way. You know, there's something about the stereotype of is he comfortable wearing tights? Like, I would imagine, like, the friction alone. It really has to chafe. I'm just saying. Chafe. Chafe is such a weird word. Chafe. Chafe. And the fact that it starts with a CH. Is there anything worthwhile going on in the news today? Because I'm like scanning through X right now, and I'm not seeing anything. Like, there's a bunch of one-off stuff. I'm a little bit annoyed because I, like an idiot, saw like, hey, look, the games are going to be really easy, and I put like $50 on a baseball game, and God, it's not going to work. All right, so as I'm landing over there, I'm going to pull up my sports bet. Okay, I honestly, I don't follow basketball, so I really don't know. But I went ahead and said that no, what did I do? Where's my bets? Here we go. So I haven't followed sports in a long time, probably 20 years. And when I was following sports, I mainly did it for fantasy sports. Now, because I'm a degenerate gambler, I am learning it again for sports betting. And so what I'm doing is, like, what I know is like baseball and like table tennis. So those are like the sports that I learned, and that's what it is. And the sports bet app that I'm using right now, it has all like I have never in my life ever. Let me look at the So they have baseball, basketball, hockey, tennis, soccer, table tennis, e-soccer, e-basketball, snooker, cricket. All of these games, I have no idea how the rules are, but here I am, a dumbass, betting on it, $20, $30, $50 here and there. So I decided today, in my genius, he was like, hey, you know what, I know baseball. I've been a baseball fan my entire life. The odds were about a 50-50 split against the Milwaukee Brewers and the Detroit Tigers. So I was like, hey, you know, I know the Tigers can be fairly hit and miss. So I'm a genius that bet double on the Brewers today to win. And in the second inning, Detroit just like knocks them out of the park. And then like 50-50 went down to like 5. So I'm an idiot. So right now, well, let's see what it is. It is end of the 8th. Detroit Lions 5, Milwaukee Brewers 2. And the thing that's even more annoying is the Astros, my team that I grew up with, did me dirty again. Now, I did regain a little bit more, so I'm going to have to come back here and actually bet on the Detroit Lions because they're good, apparently. That's creepy. Where's that coming from? Oh, hey. You know he's got to be good to bed because she just follows him around like a hawk. Just saying. Video game logic works. I don't know who that guy is. Ooh, that's a weird noise. Running away. I have 4.8 seconds. 4.15 seconds. I don't know why I'm saying 4 point. Ooh, yes. My pretty. I actually like the long shot or the pump action shotgun more than the double shotties. I know the double shotties fire off more, but I feel like the single one is more accurate at a longer distance. Never once. Okay, that will kill me if I do what I just had in my head, which was, hey, let me hit this and shoot the guy. He won't kill me. Or after the chick won't kill me. Which is a lie, because I've already died multiple times by that dude. Hey, where's that coming from? Hey, how's it going? How did you not see me with my pink hat? I have no guilt whatsoever about that. It's like I'm going to go right in the head. Oh, I missed him. Oh. Alright, 3 minutes. Gotta find more ammo. Where is the ammo? Oh, 2 minutes of Ohio. Apparently someone else is shooting at me. No, there you are. Woo, you see me? Woo! right in the face. Oh, you ducked over there, but I shot you in the heart. That's how I do it. All right, 2 minutes. Got to find ammo boxes. Two ammo boxes in 2 minutes. I'm gonna go up the tower. Oh no, there's another person. Where are you? Okay, I'm gonna go up here. Oh, I didn't realize I had a rivalry going on. Hey, it's you. That's more of a neck shot. Does this count as ammo boxes? Yes. That must be that blind right now. Rivalry. I don't know why my brain does not want to process speaking today. Great time. Oh, no. I have 1 minute. Why is there no ammo containers? I just need ammo. Ammo. Oh, blah, boom. Okay, I wonder if I'm just gonna die. Oh, good, I didn't die. Like jump out of the window going like, should I do this? I might hurt myself if I just jump out the window. Whoopee. Someone tried to shoot him. Ammo box. Oh, ammo box. Really hurt me that I just ran past that chest and didn't open it. I'm getting really good ammo, but I'm not seeing any ammo boxes. 9 seconds. I'm not going to hit it. I'm going to miss this. 5, 4, 3, 2. No. I guess I can't talk and play video games and count at the same time. Gosh, I feel so let down. Okay, I'm going to get out of this castle. Alrighty. You know, I'm going to go active. I'm going to go get someone to shoot at. Shooting at people makes me happy. Oh, that could have been bad. All right. Anonymous 2A1. Do they actually choose the name Anonymous, or is it because they didn't pick a name? Pick a Green Power Ranger. All right, Anonymous. I don't believe in anonymity. Just see enemies. Yeah, don't. I know. I'm hilarious. 10 players remaining. I think the hardest thing right now is I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to be witty. I'm trying to think of things to say. And I got nada. I see you. Like, trying to run away from me? You are. In the butt. Butt shot for the win. That's right. I said butt shot for the win. All right, let's see. Can I get one more? Hold on. 320. Okay, I'm going to do this. I can't go that way. Okay. 198. Come on, donkey. No, it's a llama. It's a llama. Oh, no, I apologize, donkey. Nice. Just sitting right over there. I'm going to get my slapping fish out. Bam! What are you going to say? My yoke dog D. Yoki dog? Yo D dog. D dog? I don't get the yoke part. Why do you have a yoke? Yoke? You D dog? Over the top. Boom. Come here. Aww. Yeah. Giddy. This is my favorite way to travel. I would actually love to have a llama, a Lima llama, that I can ride into, like, just doing my, going about my day, just doing my, chores, my, what I gotta get done. Like going to the store, getting some milk on my llama. Be like, how you doing? I'm llama good. That's that. That was just stupid. Something fell down the edge. I must go get it. Oh. I don't want that. Did you love that sound? I would also accept just having the sound follow me around. I hear a car coming. Where did that come from? I thought it was over that way. There it is. That answers that question. Running. Ah! That was a good shot. That was a terrible play for me. Terrible. But I got the right llama. Well done. Was this the anonymous guy? No, this was the Yoki guy. Yeah, top of the ninth inning. Guess what? The Brewers are still losing. I was going on such a good streak. Gosh. Had to mess it up. Maybe it'd be better if the ones I don't understand. Like, here's soccer. Like, it also is crazy in soccer, there's a draw. Like, what's the point of sports if you don't have a clear winner? I'm just saying. AHL? What is AHL? Is that Hockey League? Oh, it is. I thought it was NHL. Is AHL like the rookies of NHL? I mean, the name Toronto Marlies and then the Rochester Americans. No wonder why the Americans are losing. Toronto's beating by 5. The San Diego Gulls. The gall of them. Okay, Colorado Eagles. We gotta do that. Gotta earn some money back, so I'm gonna go ahead and do way more than I should for a small margin. But let's see it. The Brewers ain't gonna win. Gosh, I can't believe I lost that. And I did a double bet on it. I deserve that. That's all on me. All right, so let's look daily. Healing pools, purchase a service, an item, epic or better weapons. Okay. Okay. All right, I told myself I'm going to at least do an hour of me being on camera, on mic, while playing. I'll give you the hour because we are at halfway point. So I've apparently been talking enough for that. But let's look at this. Also, how weird is this? Like, because I'm not Buzz Lightyear, these wings just look like a cheap, silly Jesus. It's the shoes that makes the outfit. There is an ammo box when I don't need it. Of course, that's how it works. Alright, I know there's a person over there. I know there's a person over here. I see him over there. I see some bullets. Let's see if I can see where that other person is. I see him. Gotcha. You can't hit me. Na 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 na. Give him a false sense. Oh yeah. Don't jump back behind. Yeah, keep staying wide open, wide and clear. Oh, I've lost ammo. Ooh, ammo. Oh, there's three. I'm in a three-way. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. Not good at all. Come on. I'm hiding behind a rock. Oh my gosh, I'm such a terrible player. I'm hiding over here. Oh my, oh my. Is that Princess Elsa? Oh, I'm actually doing really terrible on this one. Oh, and you had the rocket air cluster cannon? You had the look at all of this. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm so sorry, child. There's no way you're an adult. No way. Not at all. You know, at least I'm not on Vox. I can't believe I said that. At least I'm not on the audio chat. And I'm not trash talking them. I could be trash talking them, but I'm not. I'm a good little boy. Which one should I get? Someone's driving nearby. Here's something coming. Alright, what do I want to do now? I could go over there. 30 seconds. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to activate. Swimming is not working. I wonder what life would be like if you had to. Uh-oh, backfire. This is backfired. Oh! Oh no! No! All of that for no matches. I failed. Gregor 73. Craig. Hi, Craig. squid threw me off. All right, where are you at? Where are you at? Oh, you're way far away. Ooh, that's pretty. I believe the glitch has been fixed. I am not having much issues with the lag right now. So thank you, Epic, for fixing your mistake. I value your work and appreciate it. Has this always been playing music? I turned it off. So let me think about this. Alright, so I'm playing video games. The world is a crazy place. I think the hardest thing is the more I learn about the world, one, I think the thing that hits me the most is our world has been chaotic and weird forever. And the more you spend time like reading history, learning over it, you're like, oh my gosh, really? Like even not so far long ago. Let's just say, you know, did the CIA, so there's the glitchiness I was talking about, it's back. Last month, really? I'm not even talking to you. So a couple weeks ago, I watched the movie about LBJ. And it really covered when LBJ joined JF Kennedy's campaign, became his vice president. He was clearly a politician that was all about, ooh, hello. He was, you know, he was one of the most powerful politicians. Gets asked to be vice president, gets Kennedy elected, but he is not Kennedy. He's old school politics. Kennedy's new school, new thought. And, you know, the things LBJ did that were common practice that people were annoyed by, but they were like, okay, you know. And I wholeheartedly believe that the CIA did kill John F. Kennedy. We landed on the moon, but I'm confident that the CIA did some... Because, like, the things Hoover was doing, the things the CIA was doing, not just, like, in the United States, but, like, this is when, like, banana republics were huge. This is when, like, the early issues that were going on in Iran... Like, this is all during that time. LBJ started a lot of this shit. Vietnam was going on. There was constantly riots. There was, you know, race riots, equality, war, control, taxation. Like, all of this stuff was going on. And all that stuff's going on today, which is mind-blowing. But, like, what's so crazy is, like, we look at what's going on in the news and we go, oh, man, it's so crazy. Like, the world's so unstable. I can't do this. You know, it's like there's articles that are like, this is what's crazy. There are articles that are, we are running out of condoms because we don't have oil anymore because the Strait of Hormuz, whatever. Iran is blocking the Strait. People aren't getting, you know, oil. So now all of a sudden we have a condoms shortage. And like, honestly, I'm like, who cares about condoms because ultimately, if you don't have pregnant, don't have sex. But we got this condom shortage because there's oil that's being blocked and the price of oil is jumping up, and one thing leads to another, and whatever. And so, like, we read the news, we read the sensationalness of it, and we're like, oh my gosh, the world is crazy, it's unstable. We got a lunatic Peach in the office, and all of our other politicians, all they want to do is they want to, make videos of them walking home. It's not about, I have no weapon. Don't mind me. But like it makes us feel very unstable. But the thing that really gets me is when you go back in time. When you go back in time, shit's always been crazy. And America's caused a lot of issues. And what's so crazy is most people take zero time to look at history. But then you can even go further back. I was like, yeah, America was doing some really messed up things in the last, let's say, 100 years. America's made mistakes. We tried to be global powers because we wanted to stabilize the world in a way that made us money. That's what America has done and has constantly done. We say, oh, we're going to do something great, while also doing horrendous things. That's how America became what it is, because we were a country that's going to be like, you know what? Capitalism is bad. Said that wrong. Communism is bad. Capitalism is good, because anyone who works hard and puts effort in can get the American dream, can get success, can get peace. And it's all a lie. It's just a way that people in power and control do stuff. But it's also crazy to think about is like now in our world, we get shock and awe about this idea of the Epstein files and what Epstein did. But there are people way worse than Epstein. Every day we find out about them. We have so many documentaries and podcasts about these terrible, horrible people. And it's not new. And the thing that I think gets me the most, and the thing that frustrates the most, and the thing that I'm annoying Dad about the most, is the only way we can learn from this is if we study history. For some reason, we don't care about history, especially in an age of artificial intelligence, that we have the ability to ask any questions and get clear answers and clear responses that are well researched and documented. Well, supposedly. AI never hallucinates. But, like, we have so much intelligence and knowledge, but no wisdom. We don't care about looking at history. We don't care looking at past things. Yet, you look, and not so far in our American history, we got multiple examples of the horrendous things we've done. And somehow, kind of amazingly, we're still here. And the funny thing is, like, if you look at history, what made us so powerful is we were the new country that came around and says, you know what? We don't have to play by this British imperialism. We don't have to play by the niceties of other people, because at the end of the day, the niceties only work in advantage of those who are rich and powerful. And yes, that is an excellent plug for the old man in me to tell you, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch The Patriot. There's this crazy man named Mel Gibson that plays the Patriot, and it's a pretty accurate, pretty good movie. Well, it's not all accurate. There's a lot of weird shit in it. But it is a good movie, and it does help you. I thought I was going to get that guy. But, like, that's how America won. We're like, hey, we've been playing by your rules. We've been doing what you said. And all we do is get a cucumber in our butt. Like, so why do we play by the rules? So America became popular by not playing by the rules, and now here we are going to, excuse me, there are rules to this process? We're a civilized nation, and you need to follow that? And that's exactly what's happening in Iran. It's very clearly that Saudi Arabia said, hey, you want our oil? We're okay, we can be flexible with our religion, because you're going to get us rich, right? Yeah. That's all that really matters. We just want to have, we want to be riding into Benji. See, they had the rocket. Why did they go away from the rocket? And now it's mine. Or whatever, the cluster bomb launcher. Ugh. So there's a video. What I'm referencing is all in a video by Johnny Harris about, the whole area in Saudi Arabia, the whole not United Kingdom, but that whole area. And it's really more of a deep dive focusing on really the last 75 to 50 years, not even including like all of just the weird history in that region and like all the horrendous things that have happened in the name of religion in that area. And this is dating back to like the Roman and Christ period. But that area it's had issues forever. Like non-stop wars back and forth. But here we are, the Americans that came in and we saw a commodity, oil, and we're like, we need this oil. Our world, our condoms are all built off of this oil, and we must have it so that we can be successful. So we went around and said, hey, we're going to give you cash. You give us oil. And in fact, we'll send over our own people, our own technology. We'll set up infrastructure. We'll show you what you're doing so that you can also do this as well. But we're gonna set it up for you. Like we're gonna get a return on investment, and once we get a return, we'll hand it over to you and take like 30% off the top because we did help you and teach you, but we're gonna make you really rich. And so that's Dubai. That's the Emirates. That's how they have their money is. They learned from us and they sold us a product, and then they also looked at history and were like, hey, how did America build all this infrastructure? How did they build all these businesses and these companies and these distribution channels and all this really cool, wealthy, shiny things? So then they started doing what America does. That's a hot panda. I'm just saying. I'm not really a furry, but that panda looked good. See, look at that. The Flopper King. Bye-bye, Flopper King. You will be missed. Not. Anyway. History repeats itself. The things that are going on currently in Iran, where they're blocking oil, it's actually interesting because, like, for the first time in their history, they're actually showing that they've been paying attention, and so they're using capitalism against it while also just ignoring everything and doing their own thing because guess what? You can. This whole idea that America creates this powerful and this capitalism and these rules and playing by it, we're doing the exact same thing that the British Empire did, where we're like, oh no, you must do this, and they're going like, nope, don't need to. And the thing that's completely infuriating, we don't need their oil. We have plenty of oil. But we don't want to make it ugly. We don't want to hurt our animals. We also don't want to invest in nuclear energy. That's a whole other can, but Okay, so where I started with this. YouTube video, Johnny Harris on that whole region in history. It's actually a really good review. But then you can go back like centuries and you see even more weird, terrible things that have happened in the name of religion. Really, I think the worst things that we do is we create loyalties and we create expectations, and we use religious faith and iconology and and we dedicate ourselves to that. But the issue is, no matter what dichotomy you have, no matter what source or process you have, it almost ultimately comes down to those who are powerful and those who are not. And oftentimes, absolute power absolutely corrupts. This is something that history tells us again and again and again and again, is that very few people, once they get power, they don't let it get to their head. Because I'll be honest, like I feel like I'm a good person. I don't do things that are wrong people. I try to show people respect and listen to them. But I'll be honest, if I was a billionaire, I would do some pretty questionable things. No problem with that. Because I'd be rich. Okay, serious question. Think about this. Like, just go through it. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Rich people. Like, beyond belief rich. Oh, I'm doing terrible on that. I'm just going to have to do this. This is no way. I messed that one up. There we go. Okay, so Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. Rich people. American rich people. Pretty sure they're all American. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. Yeah. American citizens. Got more money than they could ever want. What kind of skeletons do they have in their closets? What kind of like things is just like, whoa? Like, I remember, like, it was probably like 2 years ago. There's a news story that came out, and I know Elon's people quickly like deleted it from the internet because he's got the money. I guarantee you, he's got. There's at least one person on his team that simply just scrolls through everything written online, and if possible, deletes it. Like, I know it. There's no way an ego like Elon Musk or even Jeff Bezos that understands technology, that's actually a feasible workflow that someone could do. They're not doing it. Like, I guarantee you they are. But there was an article about how Elon Musk on his private jet, the flight attendant, was suing them for sexual harassment, claiming that he was very suggestive, asked for certain favors and certain things, and made certain comments that, as Donald Trump would say, is locker room humor. Justifying being a perv. Just be a perv, just like be honest. It was like, yeah, look at that ass. Like, just be honest with yourself. Like, why can't we do that? Like, what's wrong with that? Anyway, but it came out that like he was being sued by a flight attendant for sexual harassment, and that's like the first time like it really like occurred to me that like, at what point where you just have so much money where you can't get what you want? Like, yes, we see it on TVs that, you know, there's a show I can't remember where it's gonna drive me nuts. I can't remember it, but they're Asian. They go into a fancy hotel. It's raining outside. This is Crazy Rich Asians. That's where I'm getting this from. But Crazy Rich Asians, where the opening scene where it's like, I'm buying this hotel. because you couldn't let me stay. And like the owner wakes up and comes and greets him, and now the front desk manager's like, oh fuck, I gotta work for that now. And she's like, you're my slave now, bitch. Like, she gives that look. When you have that much money where you can buy a fancy hotel just because you want to, do you not have a sex dungeon? Like, an actively staffed and well-maintained sex dungeon? Like, if you're 1 billion years old and you're human, and let's be honest, if you're male, you're going to have a sex dungeon. I mean, hell, Game of Thrones shows there's a sex dungeon. Ah! I deserve that one. So, and I also have to say, like, Elon has said some pretty weird statements. He's not, like, normal. He's South American, so you know. I don't know what that means. But, like, not only does he have a sex dungeon, but how many and how detailed does he get? Like, is it one of those things where, like, he's like, everything needs to be aged correctly? Time. So, like, he's got, like, a guillotine from, like, the 1800s. Or, knowing him, he's got some, like, from the 1500 Chinese Empire dynasty torture device that slowly drips water on your head until it bores a hole. You know, like, somehow I feel like he's got something weird like that. But as they say, it's the ones that are quiet who don't say things. Like Bill Gates jumping over chairs to impress women while doing all kinds of weird things. So that's what I'm saying. Is like, you hear about Epstein, you hear about those stories, and like messed up, like completely wrong. But the rich got to do some pretty weird and creepy shit. And honestly, like, what point? Like, there are people who, like, in Justified, when it's like the old Kentucky wife swapping place, where it's like the good old boys from the country club. They're not rich. They're just well off. When you get $1 billion, when you have more money than like 99.99% of the population of the world, you can do anything. Like, it wouldn't take a lot for me to do some pretty stupid crap for money. I want it up front, but I'll do it. I will sell whatever. As long as it's legal, I will do it for money. I have no issues. So if I had money, and people know you have money, one, it's going to be this is the part that just blew my mind right now. What's even crazy is, like, when you have that money, you don't even have to spend it to get people to do crazy shit. Like, you know, like, there are people who are obsessed with Musk who will do anything. Like, nasty things. I'm talking spaghetti upside down trapeze act. So he doesn't even have to give them, like, hey, here's $100, show me your tits. They're probably just doing it for free. So now when you have that kind of things happening, where people are just willing to do things for you, give you things, just because of who you are and the influence that you can show, you gotta have some pretty creepy things in that closet. And actually, I don't think Elon Musk is the worst. I think think it's Bezos. Oh, you have the shotgun. Oh, so cute. Oh, you haven't even broke my shields down. Oh, you want to get closer? Oh, you get hit my bullet. Too bad. So sad. I think Jeff Bezos, he's got the sex dungeon. And I also am pretty sure he gets off making people do what he wants. Because think of all those Amazon employees that he's got. And he's the one who came up with the system where it's like, hey, I'm going to employ thousands and hundreds of thousands of people as contractors. Or I'm going to have a service contractor with multiple vendors and delivery units in different areas. And I'm going to pay you at a different rate so I can save on taxes. And then I don't have to pay any of these thousands of people doing my bidding, following my metrics and processes. I don't pay them. That's Bezos. That's some like sick shit right there. I'm going to make employees that aren't really my employees so that I don't have to make sure I give them benefits. That's Bezos. Now, I know every corporate company does that. I know that's something that like offshoring and, moving to regions that are cheaper, less expensive, and to minimize risk and liability, you have contractors and contracting companies, and you get third-party services, so you don't have to deal with it. Like, I get it. Like, that's how it works. But Bezos, he does some stuff. And, like, that's even one of those things, like, have you ever, like, listened to interviews from his ex-wife, his OG wife that really, helped him get successful and, gave him kids? Like, she's giving out money left and right. He's giving nothing away. I mean, he gives a little bit, but it's all tax deductions. He doesn't actually give anything. He's the guy who set up a party McMansion in D.C. just to be a lobbyist, the biggest lobbyist in D.C. And some weird kinky shit goes on at that house. Now, I don't think Bezos is involved in all of that, but it happens. It's there. And by the way, I'm pretty sure no monetization will ever happen on this recording one day. I have pretty high confidence that when this does get out, well, I'm just going to go straight publishing it, and it's streaming right now, so whatever. It's going to get deleted for some reason, simply because I'm just talking shit. Because Bezos is freaky. That's also why I kind of find it funny when people are like, release the Epstein list, me, I didn't know. I was like, they've already done worse shit. It's very clear that Epstein was a spy, more than likely a double spy. He got paid well, and he had a blast, and he took out shit on other people. But all he was doing was a Hoover. Because that's what Hoover did. That's why entrapment is such a big deal, because of Hoover, who was like, you know what? I'm going to record everyone, and I'm going to get dirt on everyone, and I'm going to have all these files and all of this stuff so that I can walk up to anyone I want and be like, hey, I know you like wearing a diaper being slapped in the ass while drinking milk from, I got pictures, video, you sick fuck. I'm going to tell your wife and your constituents. Or you can simply say yes to what I want you to do next. So Epstein was simply doing Hoover, repeating history. Is he really following me around? I just didn't want to be in a three-way with you, dude. Where are you at? Oh, they both ran after me. How adorable. Bye-bye. So where was I? Yeah, Epstein. Like, yes, Epstein, he deserved to go to jail. And I think he deserved what happened to him in said jail. But he's not the worst. There are people way worse. And like, I think there's a reason why Bill Gates and Epstein knew each other. There's a reason why they hung out. Because deep down, Bill Gates is a terrible human. Like, Elon's actually, like that's the thing that's funny, is like, Elon actually seems like a decent guy. He doesn't treat women very well, but like, he seems like a decent guy. He's demanding, he's opinionated. Who isn't? He's a billionaire. Like, that's the thing that gets me, is like, there are terrible things that happen by governments, by CEOs, by executives, by people that just have had wealth. They've just been given luckiness of, hey, I own all this property and I can get investments on all this property because no matter what happens, I just keep getting richer and richer. Like, those people. And for some reason, all I can think of is like British, like the lords and all that. What's coming to my mind right now is it's Matthew McConaughey. It's not Kingsman. So he plays a drug dealer, and it's gonna come to me. But he plays a drug. No, he's a so he grows his own weed and he sells it. But he goes to all these rich people who can't afford their land, they can't afford their staffs, so he buries dispensaries and oh, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Hey. Ooh, you have that dynamite. TNT dynamite. I'm right in front of you and you're not hitting me. Really? Look at that. Okay, finally. Right in the gut. Okay, headshot right here. Bam! That was just ridiculous. So, like, I just feel like legacy, like, I've been wealthy forever. People just do things for them. Where, like, if you're a normal, everyday person, like, you have to work your ass off. You have to work hard. This idea, like, oh, I can put away $100,000 investment and I can live off my residuals, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if you have $200,000 just sitting in the bank, you can easily get a $10,000 monthly return just off the interest that you're earning off that. But that means you have to have $200,000 that you don't need to survive off of. Most people can't do that. At the same time, it was like, imagine the people who are given a place to live by their parents. They don't have to pay a dime. Here's a house. It's under your name. That's something that, like, you have to have true wealth. I'm from a middle-class family. I've had to work my ass off to get what I want, and I still have to work every day, and that's where it gives me the anxiety, because if I don't work, I can't live. So you have to work. Then you got these people who are just given money. They don't have to spend it. Like Elon Musk, he gets loans for everything, and then uses how his stock prices go up to pay back those loans. He doesn't give $1 to pay those loans back. No. And what's even more is, like, he makes a mistake and buys Twitter. He won't publicly admit it, but that was a mistake. He restructures his corporate empire to wipe out all that debt and write it off. What? Billions of dollars just kind of like morphs into more. That's why the whole SpaceX, AI, X IPO is just gonna be like mind-blowingly crazy. Because what's going to ultimately happen is they're going to go into IPO, then they're going to start selling IP out of the IPO to show more profitability. So the very thing that they wrote off now evolves into something differently, and they make more money off it. It makes no sense. Because I truly believe that, like, Tesla is going to eventually sell off its robotics side. Or, okay, you know what? This is actually probably more logical. Tesla's probably going to sell off its automobile division. And they're going to get out of cars. Unless, like, something crazy happens, I really don't feel like Tesla vehicle is going to be something that we're all, like, super hyped about. Because if you really look at it, Tesla was the testing bed for, you know, the robotics, the AI. And so the IPO is going to come up. They're going to make so much money off of it. Then they're going to start splitting, selling it to show profit and, you know, like, revenue. And more revenue. And it's going to go to, like, Musk cronies. Because it happens all the time. Hey, I'm pretty rich. I'm going to help my friends get rich. People that follow me. People that are loyal. People that bow down and do some nasty ass shit. I'm going to give them money. So if you get a guy who's going to be like, hey, I'm not going to give you direct money because I'm a cheap ass. I don't pay people money. But I'm going to give you opportunities that are going to allow you to make a lot of money. Wouldn't you do that? Yeah. The things I would do if, like, Musk was like, hey, I'm going to tell you something that's going to help you get 1 million views. Or whatever. It's weird to think about. We always try to pretend the world's all nice and neat, amazing, but it's not. For that the one viewer out there who's watching tonight, I grew up in a conservative Christian family. My dad's a minister. My mom was a teacher. Her dad was a minister. My dad was a truck driver. My dad's dad was a truck driver. Found Jesus. I mean, he was a good guy, and he never, like, I know he drank, but, like, as his grandkid, I never saw him, like, cuss or drink or smoke, and like, I know he did. He was a truck driver, like, truck driver in the 70s, 60s, 80s. Some truck drivers were, that's when trucks were driven by men, not just, like, a man. No, they were driven by men. Like, that's when he was a truck driver. That's also when, like, the sleeper cabs just came out. AC was just being invented, and, like, they had, like, a 31 billion different gears to shift through by hand. And, like, it was power steering. I don't think they had it either. Man. But I grew up in a conservative Christian household. And I got a weird experience because I was like, I truly believe, like, when you go to a private school, when you know, I didn't really stay up on popular culture. Like, I knew some things, but, like, I didn't even really know who Michael Jackson was. I never really watched The Simpsons. Oh wow, that's Jack Sparrow is coming after me. Thank you, Cap. So I grew up in a Christian home. I actually grew up in Houston. You know, go Oilers, go Astros, go Rockets. I remember being a kid when the Rockies were winning their championships back to back. As funny as I was in the suburbs and you know, seeing the parade was it's a key memory. I still remember. I was actually, we had a garage sale that day, and I was watching it through the kitchen window. Because, you know, you couldn't take the TV outside, but I could open up the window and, you know, 100-degree temperatures and watch TV. Oh, what we used to do. But growing up a conservative Christian, it was one of those things to where I wasn't exposed to a lot of popular culture. I wasn't exposed to a lot of worldviews. I actually pretty much went to a Christian school up until 8th grade. So like kindergarten, pre-K, all Christian to 8th grade. And then 8th grade, I jumped over to public school. So, like 10 years of me going to a Christian school to then have 4 years of public education. It was a shock. It was like I knew I didn't fit in. I knew there were lots of things I didn't understand, and honestly, I didn't really care that much. I really didn't know. Like, my acts of rebellion was getting Weird Al CDs or maybe an Adam Sandler CD, and that did not go over well. Like, the things that like are on YouTube that anyone can get to, and like podcasts and songs, and I mean, you just take a look at anything Cardi B Nicki Minaj, like, good artists. Like, I show them respect, but like 10-year-old version of me would have gone like, what? And like my kids, they grew up on it. Okay, whatever. And I think it's one of those things that's really hard, is there's times when I forget that I don't know a lot of things, like world things, like street smarts. Like, I'm pretty sure I would have been the kid that, the guy walking around with, a van, be like, hey, you want some candy? Come on in my car for some candy, son. Okay. Hey, this candy isn't... I don't know what to say there. Now, like, the big thing that I think is different about me is, growing up in a conservative Christian home, growing up in a world that I was highly and heavily exposed to Christian teachings and learnings, and the reality about religion is religion gives purpose. It gives identity. It's one of the reasons why cults are so successful, is because you give someone a purpose, an understanding, a guide. It's the very idea of a prayer is, I'm going to speak out loud, and this all-powerful being that I don't know, but I have faith is there. I'm going to pray to that, because I need that guidance, that wisdom, that whatever it is, that emptiness that it's going to fill. That's what religion does. And the thing that's so funny is, like, when you're growing up in that, it feels good. It's not something that I'm like, I regret my childhood. I don't. Like, yeah, there were lots of things that I missed out. There's lots of things that even today I'm like, twerking? What's that about? And I have to, like, remind me things. Like, there's things that I just never understood, never got exposure to. And honestly, like, when I was a kid, not terrible. Like, growing up in a conservative home wasn't bad. I didn't get jokes, I didn't get certain things. I didn't really learn socialization, not really, like, I didn't really have a lot of friends, so I never, like, really understood, like, how to build and maintain relationships, and, like, there's some interpersonal skills, and, like, that's where, my wife jokes that, like, I'm on the spectrum, which I can see. I'm, like, order, logic, wisdom. I have dyslexia and speech impediments, and so it's one of those things where I was like, I didn't have not only a normal life and like the social aspect, but also in like just being raised aspect. But I don't regret my child because, like I said, it's one of those things to where, like, even in what I was doing, it was content. It was okay. And that's one of the things, like, I realized is it's taught me that even though I didn't have the normal career or childhood or growth, it formed my mind in a way that made me who I am today. And I'm glad I am that way because I truly believe that I am someone who has adapted a lot of theological and philosophical and like quest for thoughts and wisdom and digging in and learning about the knowledge and purpose of life, how we process morality and different things. That's because of my childhood. I never like had outside influences beyond the Bible and Bible teachings. That's how I grew up. And I was okay with it. Even growing up in Texas, where it was like 1,800 billion degrees. As a kid, I didn't realize that heat and humidity that's down in Texas is not normal. And the amount of sweat that will come out of your butt while you're outside in that heat and humidity is frightening. But I grew up with it and I was okay with it. It's something that I accepted. There's nothing wrong with that. But where am I going with that? What am I trying to say? I don't know. That one viewer who's out there watching me right now. I guess there's the philosophical side is, you know, there's grass is always greener on the other side. Wisdom, knowledge. Okay, I'll do this. I'll wrap this up back. What am I? You know, one of the things I was talking about is like history and learning where things are at that way. It's where wisdom comes from. Like, there's knowledge is one thing, but knowledge without wisdom is just stupidity. And like, I truly believe that's where AI hallucinates, is because it goes like, I've read too many articles that say too many things, and it's all bullshit and crazy, so I'm just gonna say blah 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 blah. Like that's like the hallucination. Like it thinks it's doing what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't understand. Like, oh, you want me to rewrite your database? Okay, delete. Database complete. It did what you asked. You didn't put the right parameters and safety mechanisms around it. And I think that's one of those things that, like, honestly, I feel like the school system has failed our children. Is they teach knowledge to a test, but not knowledge for comprehension. Like, you learn, 1 + 2 = 3, but then you don't necessarily learn why you might need to add 2 things to 1 to make something new. Right? We don't teach wisdom. But what's interesting is religion does. Yes, there's a lot of religions that love memorization and they love quoting and they love, habits and consistencies. Religion loves that. But most gives purpose and meaning found within wisdom. I honestly believe that's one of the reasons why most people don't really truly understand what's in the Bible. Like, they read the word, but they don't actually know what it means, is because they just repeat. They memorize. They play out what it's supposed to be. But then they're like, but I like alcohol. this book of yours that gives you all these rules and what you're supposed to do says I'm not supposed to drink it because when I drink alcohol, it leads to me doing some pretty dumb things because I've been drinking alcohol, so I have an excuse to do some dumb things. So, like, knowledge is there, but wisdom tells you, it's like, hey, if you go out and do those stupid things, you're going to end up in prison again, your wife's not going to talk to you for about a year, and you're going to have this really annoying rash. Not to mention probably a large toll bill and all the emotional damage you cause for everyone around you. And I think that's the thing that's hardest for AI. And I think that's going to be something that, as much as we believe is attainable, is going to take a while. And I'm actually kind of glad with it. Ironically enough, I truly believe that Star Trek is the best portrayal of AI. It's so crazy to think about how, like, in the 90s, 80s to 90s, this ex-cop swinger guy comes up with this whole movie franchise that really shows the best understanding and wisdom of what AI is 30 years before it actually comes into play in the way that they're trying to describe it in Star Trek. Compute power and all those blah, 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 blah. And that's data. That's the computer core. In Star Trek, AI runs the ship operations. It is the interface for the ship. It controls and helps and alerts. That's what the computer does. But there's actually episodes and there's parts where, there's a reason why the people on the crew are controlling the ship and not letting AI. Which is even more funny because now if you go to the modern Star Trek shows that they're doing, they actually have AI doing a lot more. And I don't think that's how it's going to be. Like, yeah, we're going to have AI that's going to help us do our writing, help explain things to us. AI is going to be more helpful than what YouTube is because it's going to look at more data sources for verification on saying, hey, this is correct, or no, this is not correct, this is terrible. You no longer have to have an idea that requires so much investment and startup and capital and resources. You can just have one computer in your office that you just simply start talking to, and it does that. Which the computer in Star Trek can do that. Yes, Jordy, I'm talking about you. You love talking to the computer, Jordy. Oh, Jordy. By the way, Jordy was one of the guys I actually learned a lot how to be a man from Jordy. He also helped me learn how to read, so thank you, Jordy. The Forge. That was fun. Why did he throw D&D at me? Because I could. So in Star Trek, the version of AI is AI helps the humans do the tasks that they want, but when it's important for a human to have wisdom, they take over. And that's really what happens with Data, is Data has this desire and thrive to be human, which is wisdom. He wants to understand how he can learn from his failures and how he can have emotions and thoughts and dreams. Oh, the dreams that Data wants. At Data's fingertips is every knowledge, every skill, every style, every different artist and I almost said magician. I bet he doesn't know some magic tricks, but like, he knows how to sing. He knows how to act. He knows how to dance. Thank you for that episode. Whew. Man, that's a fundamental. That's a memory from childhood right there. So if you don't know, like, okay, guess what? Christian conservative homes watch Star Trek Next Generation, which is hilarious knowing just how much rampant sex and violence and alcohol that happens in those shows, and the murder and the thievery, those damn Ferengis. Oh, don't hurt me. Why did he start shooting at me? Man, I hate when people get in the way of what I'm trying to do here. You mind your own business. Don't be coming after me. Womp womp. So you got data. One's wisdom. He aspires to be human. And if you think back on the technology scale, and if you follow, the Star Trek timeline, we're not that far behind them on like some of the milestones that they had in technology. Plus, if you also know some of the things of Star Trek, there's been some time travel that's yet to happen because we haven't done anything too stupid. That happens in World War III, which technically, according to Star Trek, I believe has already happened. So we're ahead. We're doing better than sci-fi is planned. So I honestly do feel like before AI gets to the point of wisdom, we're a long way to go. And I think once you start having AI that can demonstrate wisdom, then you can truly replace human thought and experience and guts. I think we're going to have the hardware. I think we're going to do some amazing things with miniaturization. I think we're going to do some amazing things with miniaturization. The pot is kicking in. But I don't think we're going to have wisdom. And I don't think it's a bad thing. Because honestly, I think even with all the AI that we have, all the knowledge that we have, every government, every person is... Ooh, hello. They are... Okay, so here's one of the things that gets me. Is the military for a long time has been using AI or machine learning or whatever you want to call it for decades. War simulations, plans... the military has a plan for everything. Every possible scenario. And as they should. There's government. There's a lot of people. They've been using machine learning and statistics forever. Like, even if you want to believe Alan Turing was the inventor and creator of the computer in its modern form, everyone thought it was like mathematical magic. Like how electrodes would just jump circuits and do things. It was magic. But there's actually hardcore science and how it travels through transistors at different speeds at different times. And you're just running down the mathematical formulas. It's not magic, it's math. And really what Alan Turing created was a advanced calculator that could be programmed for different equations. And the other thing that it did is it amplified the speed of those thought calculations and of those ideas. And so AI gives us the ability to study and analyze hard logical math facts. You break everything down in fields and attributes, and then you have an evaluation matrix, then you have a confidence score, all these different things. But is it wise? Because ultimately AI is only as good as the information that it's given, what it's been taught and learned and verified. And that's, I feel like, where we're a long way off. And honestly, I feel like it's because society doesn't value wisdom. Religion does. And as I said earlier, more people have died for wisdom. More terrible and terrible things have been done in the name of religion. Things that I don't even think Elon Musk or Bill Gates could ever get anyone to do for any price of money. Religion has made people do that. Like all the things people do for wealth and for fame, for acknowledgement, for boredom, is nothing compared to religion. Yet, again and again and again, we don't look back at history. We just let it repeat. All right, so I think ultimately here's one of the things that I don't know. I've always wanted to. So when I went to school, actually, one of the first things I did in high school, like that I showed interest in, was theater. But then the other thing that I got into was broadcast journalism. And honestly, I think the one thing that as I've gotten older that I've realized is the thing that's held me back, the thing that has, I'm a dreamer. I love dreaming. I love thinking about possibilities, ideas. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be an inventor. I want to be an engineer, a thinker, a philosopher. I grew up wanting to be a minister, and I never could get into it. I graduated with my degree. I applied. Never got the job. I made excuses that it was because I wasn't married. And the reason why I wasn't married is because I was too socially awkward. I didn't know how to flirt. I didn't know how. I never kissed a girl. And in fact, if you go back in my life, there are just so many embarrassing situations where I did the absolutely, positively worst thing you could ever do to a woman on a date. No, I'm not talking like vulgar or mean or embarrassing, but it's just like I remember like not wanting to dance with my date at a dance. Like I got dressed up, I was looking good, she was looking really good, and I liked her, and she liked me. She made me laugh. She had big boobs. She could play clarinet. Let me tell you, clarinet. But I never had the guts and courage to actually, like, I didn't know what you were supposed to do. And, like, as I've grown up and as I've learned by failure after failure after failure, like, really? I did that? It's been confidence is the issue. Like, oh, okay, here's another embarrassing story. Like, I remember, this is freshman year of college. Coming back home, I've been talking with a girl that was 1 year behind me in high school. She was a cheerleader. She was also theater. She was a singer. Had big boobs as well. But I was chatting her up pretty good. She was at home. She invited me over. I came over. We met at a park. We hung out. We talked. We chat. Drove her home. And I had like 30 opportunities. Like, we're on a swing. We're walking around the park. We're sitting down. Like, all these opportunities to make my move and just kiss her. And do I? Nope. I'm a gentleman. I walk her to her door, say goodnight. I meant to throw that. I didn't throw. So doing stupid things because I didn't have confidence in myself. I didn't know what you were supposed to do. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know why to do it. I didn't feel like I remember, like, out on the swing next to her, and playing on a polyground equipment, and like even sitting, like, I got a hottie right here. And I just froze. and it's funny now, it's like, even though I don't have confidence, I have wisdom, and I've learned from my mistakes. I'm like, oh, hey, like, I wish I had the knowledge I have now going back into my younger self, and I would have fixed things. Like, if I would have simply said, hey, when I'm 18, I am no longer going to drink soda. I'm going to remove soda completely from my diet. Life would be different. Are there things like where you, like, realize, like, oh my gosh, if only I go back in time. Like, I don't want to go back in the future with Biff and, like, get all the lotto tickets or sports bet. Like, yeah. No, what I want to do is I'm going to go back in time and say, hey, idiot, don't do that. And that's like when you learn, like, little life lessons where it's like, hey, idiot, you know your issue is you don't have confidence. But you're smart, and you know what you do, and you're a hard worker, and you got common sense. So just do it. Don't be an idiot. Just do it. Yeah. Never works out like the way you think it is. It's one of those interesting things. So this is one of those things. I'm a super nerd. I know how to do stuff. I'm not necessarily good at video games tonight. I don't think I've gotten, like, in the top 5 tonight, which is, I gotta say, pretty unusual for me. So for years, I've had video equipment. I have produced thousands of videos. I've done all types of genres. I've had all types of equipment. I have all types of experience. No social media, no technology. Have a long career in technology. Constantly learning things. Yet for some reason, I can never do the things that, like, I dream about. I always feel like it's too far away. And that's one of those things I've always thought about streaming. So when YouTube first came out, I was one of those ones who got a YouTube channel, who started posting videos and doing it, but for some reason, most of the videos I was thinking that you do, because I learned at broadcast journalism in high school, is I made journalism style videos. The thing that's ironic is like the videos that you see on social media, these, new independent journalist investigations and the documentary inside is like, that's the stuff that I just didn't know. Like I never had the ability to understand like the true power of movies. Like I knew the technology. I can edit, I can write, I can produce, I can record. There's very little things that I can do that I'm horrendous at. I'm not like an excellent at it. Like ask me to write a movie score, I'll create something for you, but it's gonna be frightening. But it's one of those things, like, I understand technology. I understand what you're supposed to do. I understand how you do it. But I've never had the confidence to actually put myself on camera, to put me in front of something, and to build something that's public. Now, there's another psychological back there, but what stopped me is confidence to just do it. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I don't know what this is. And it's one of those things, like, I'm purposely not trying to plan it out. I'm just trying to see what happens. I'm trying to put myself out there. And that's one of the reasons why I got, like, all these cameras, all of these setups. I can do all these things. And for years I've had the equipment, but I've never had the guts. I've never had the confidence to actually just do it. And the crazy thing about, like, social media and the way things work is the platforms reward when you do it, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And honestly, the platforms reward NPCs. Consistency, one thing that you focus on and do. And I'm not really that way. And so, like, I've never found my actual voice and my tone. And it's actually funny, it's like right now, as I'm thinking through it, like, there's so many movies where this plot is there, where it's like, find your voice. And I'm like, I don't know what it is. So I just don't do it. I hold myself back. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking and recording, and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to try to do it consistently. And so one of the things I'm going to consistently do is play Fortnite. But with that Fortnite, I want to just talk. And to be honest with you, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know the format. I don't know the method. And, like, I think the thing that's interesting is I have enough knowledge and I have enough wisdom to know that what really makes these work is consistency, tone, style, formula. Like, you listen to your favorite radio show because there's a consistent style, there's a consistent segment, there's consistent jokes and musics and the format. Like, you look at what Mr. Beast does in his videos. Like, he follows the same formula that he does his videos with. Excuse me, I was like 18 billion of them. That took me way too long. So I'm wondering, and this is the $84 million question, what is my format? What do I do? I don't know. So the only thing I can do is just start. Just do it. So after years of having equipment, having microphones, having recorders, having controllers, having computers, all the bells and whistles, all the things that you need. And I'm going to actually now start doing it. I don't know what my formula is. I don't know what my voice is. Apparently today it was me yapping about history, AI, Bible, religion. More importantly, the Jeff Bezos theory. Okay, here's the deal, Bezos. Like, one day when your algorithm finds what this is saying and your AI robot tells you, like, on this day in 2026, this asshole said this about you. Should I react? Or should I react? That's not the word. Should I execute revenge? That's how it would be. Hey, dude. Hey, it's Guy. Hey, Guy. How you doing, Guy? Is that not Guy? I thought that's Guy. Isn't it the... Oh, no, Guy doesn't wear a striped shirt. That's some other dude. So I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to speak. And I think part of the things that's really kind of throwing up my head right now is, like, in my head, I don't have the confidence to say, no matter what I say, there's no one out there that's going to listen to me. You know, that's the thing that I was talking earlier about, how, like, I grew up in a conservative Christian house, and like, even though there's lots of things that I missed out, there's lots of things I never learned, like, you know, being able to be respectful and hit on a woman and, you know, get the third base. Like, I didn't know. In fact, actually today, I didn't even know what third base is. Never got there. One of the reasons that, like, you gotta realize, most of the things that I always set out to do, I ended up ultimately thinking I was never good at it. Like even now, like, I work at a highly skilled job that very few people could do, and I'm constantly negative about all the things I'm not doing, and the speed I'm not doing things, and how, you know, how much of a failure, like, I feel. Yeah, I have no problem with that. It comes back to confidence. Now, Dr. Phil. Oh, wow, that was a terrible Dr. Phil. Whew, I'm gonna have to practice what Dr. Phil sounds like. But, like, my, oddly enough, education very clearly tells me that one of the issues, ooh, I like that card. Like, one of the issues that I have is tied to the way I was brought up. I didn't have confidence. I didn't have focus. I didn't have purpose. I didn't know. And what gave me purpose was my religion and me going to church and saying the things I did, repeating quotes, repeating repeating verses, repeating stories and parables. I spent 23 years of my life studying the Bible and biblical history at least 5 days a week. Okay, I'll give you 4. Like, that was my purpose. That it was learning the Bible, it was doing the Bible. And when I didn't go into the church, I lost purpose. My confidence was gone. And that's one of the reasons why I never got into social media or did that, is because when I got my identity and when people were the most supportive was when I was creating media for church and religion. My cult. My people. And when you walk away from your identity, what you know, it really does hurt. And I still face it every day. That reprogramming, that social program that you have to do. But here's the honest thing that I also do have to say is, you know, like I said, I don't regret growing up in a church. I don't regret growing up the way I did. I don't regret those things that I missed out on. But it's hard when your identity is built in something and you go away from it. There's just no way around that. And so part of what this is therapy for myself. We all need therapy. So, trying something different, new, crazy. I don't know if it's going to work. And in the end, I was like, honestly, and I'm not going to quote Joe Rogan here. Do it because I want to, but do it because I enjoy it. And so, that's why I'm playing Fortnite, because I don't have a problem talking to myself. I just hate losing the argument to myself. But this way I can play video games, I can process therapy in my mind and talk about shit. That's like the main things. Now, yes, do I have dreams that, you know, one real person that's not a bot transcribing this to send it to Jeff Bezos telling him how much of a freaky perv he is? Okay, this is something you gotta think about, Jeff Bezos. He's got Batman money. But when he got muscles and shaved his head, no one came to him and been like, hey, you're Batman. Because here there is, baller Elon Musk that does everything bigger and grander than he does. There was actually an interview I watched of Bezos talking about Elon Musk. He was like, I've never met him. Are you telling me that 2 billionaires of tech companies have never met? What? Like, how much money, and this is, I feel like, a legit, realistic thing to ask, how much money has Bezos spent spying on Elon Musk? What are they doing? What is he doing? How big is his jet? My jet's gotta be bigger. Oh, he's getting a yacht? Oh, I'm gonna get a yacht. Which is also funny because Elon Musk does not own a yacht. He owns, well, I guess he owns houses now. He went for a period where he sold it all, but hey. But Elon Musk doesn't have a yacht. Bezos has a yacht with a support yacht on top of a yacht. Should probably stop that. Oh, yep, you're good. Oh, it's a terrible aim. Oh, I'm doing terrible tonight, by the way. Bezos has had to spend a fortune on Elon Musk. He knows everything about him, but he's just like, whatever. And Elon's like, I don't care. You know, I honestly, it's like Elon Musk is someone that, even though I have issues and I disagree, I can still respect what he does, and I actually would enjoy having a conversation with him. Does he even talk about like his religion, his upbringing? Like I know there's some things I learned, but he doesn't seem religious. This guy's like a fantasy god. The old mythic Roman gods. So I'm gonna start doing these. I'm gonna start posting them. I'll have to figure out. Yeah, I should be able to do that. I'm gonna do the terrible formula where I'm gonna have terrible attributes to it, terrible tags. But I'm wondering if Fortnite, yapping, talking, whatever, where this comes. And I'll be honest, and I hope no one actually gets to this point and never listens to this. So I hope this eventually just goes away. And after doing this 100 times, eventually I'm gonna get good at this and figure out the formula, figure out the tone and voice, all that blah blah blah. I think one of the things I would really love for this to be is just where I can talk, blah blah blah, read the chat, interact. Maybe even one day is like. What's actually funny is I realized that in college, one of the things that I spent a lot of time doing was playing Halo. Which is why it's so funny is because when I was in college, I had all the equipment you needed to live stream on YouTube. Didn't exist. But I had the equipment, and technically I had access to the server to actually stream it. But me being a dumbass didn't connect 2 and 2 together. So I never got 4. I only got FU. Why do I have 2 of these? Window. I ripped that window out. I think that's the thing that's interesting is I spent so much time playing Halo, and one of the things that you do is you talk to people, you get up on teams, you're chatting, you're yelling. It's when you're teabagging people, but look you're terrible. Take that. And the funny thing is, I was just about to say, I would love to be able to just play video games with other people and talk. Because that's what we did in Halo. And then after Halo, it was Destiny. And, and I would work, come home, and I would do that. So, I'm just doing that. Now, I may have the different types of boobies. I don't know why I said it like that. I apologize for everyone who's ever said the word boobies before. I just killed myself. Switcheroo. Like I said, I don't know what I want this to be. I love podcasts. I love video games. Maybe this connects the two together. Honestly, I do like that idea. I do like that concept. So we play video games together. We talk. We chat. It's we have the technology to be in the same chat room and to do different stream windows. I have enough computers that I could definitely do a multi-camera setup going through that with a relay. I will have to buy some fun equipment, but that's a long way off. But play video games, have conversations, talk about shit. Yeah, I like that formula. I think one of the things that's interesting is, one of the things that in high school I listened to was the late night radio. I worked a lot of nights, so Coast to Coast, Tom Likas. When my dad was driving, it was Rush Limbaugh, Paul Harvey. you know. I listen to talk radio a lot. That's one of those things that really happened. And like the funny thing is, talk radio was just basically the precursor to podcasts. You know, really, when it comes to like all the things like in my history that influenced me, it's talk radio. Honestly, Coast to Coast was probably one of the things I listened to the most. Like I remember in college or in even high school, just staying inside my car, finishing the episode of Coast to Coast because it was engaging. As in, she's wearing high heels. How do you kill people wearing high heels? Damn. Where did you go? And so that's one of the things that, like, that format really inspired me. Hey, buddy. Howdy doody. Aww. Wah, wah, wah. Video games talking. First, I gotta talk to myself, gotta find my voice, gotta find my tone, gotta find the things people find interesting. So, like, this is where if I actually had followers, I could be like, all right, for those who are listening, what are things you would like to talk about today? No. You know what? I'm gonna call it. For those of you who are not listening and watching right now, I told you I'd give you an hour and I gave you 2 plus 9. So, you're welcome.